Welcome to Shut Up Football. I'm Jeff Stoltzfus. That's Kevin. Last week was the glorious return of the NFL. Finally, we can get back to doing what we love most, ignoring our families. Week 1 was chock full of newness. We saw the first ever game in the Southern Hemisphere. The league debuted its new dynamic kickoff, which resulted in a lot of videos, flags, and still mostly touchbacks. You know, they say it's a game of inches, and that was absolutely the case for the Ravens as they faced off against the Chiefs. Let's get to the roast. It was the first kickoff of the season under the new rules. They called it dynamic. Which is ironic, I guess. Like when you call fat kids smalls. Just 20 men staring at each other with nervous expectations. What is this, The Bachelorette? The first play of the game drew a flag. Ronnie Stanley was lined up in the backfield, all the way 1 inch back. They called it again, and then again. You think the refs weren't lonely all season without something to fuck up? Just a bunch of middle children sitting at home, all spring, blowing on lukewarm soup and throwing imaginary flags at their unwashed pets. Derrick Henry looked like a runaway food truck. Too much beef. Xavier Worthy showed off his blazing fast speed up the middle for 6. If he was any faster, Rashee Rice would have raced him down a Dallas expressway and abandoned him. Fun fact, every time Xavier Worthy scores a touchdown, a Bills Mafia folding table magically heals. And when the hell did Patrick Mahomes become Porky the Pig? Isaiah likely had a chance to tie the game in the final seconds. Jackson spun around like a dog about to sit and found him in the back of the end zone. But his toe was out of bounds. Mike Tirico, break this play down for us.
That's a toe.
Thanks, Mike. I told you toes were a bad idea. What did I say in the preseason? I said fuck toes. The Ravens fell short against the Chiefs again.
That's all, folks.
Welcome to Sao Paulo, Brazil, a city so saturated by crime that NFL players felt compelled to hide in their hotel rooms, unlike America, where everyone is nice and safe.
They're trying to get a guy off here.
Is that in the playbook? We got to see Saquon Barkley as an Eagle, and it was anticlimactic. Was the field watered with the tears of Giants fans? It's a cheap export. The market is saturated. No, it turns out the field was not ideal for football, like MetLife Stadium. The Eagles missed Jason Kelce at center. Balls were bouncing off Jalen Hurts' unsuspecting tits. The Eagles broke out the Brazilian tush-push. I haven't seen one of those since prison. What can I say? It hurt like hell, but it cured my stutter. 2 stars. Barkley had a big night. 3 touchdowns, over 100 yards, a buffet of Barkley to feed the needy. Jayden Reed made a highlight reel of his own on just 4 grabs. A.J. Brown scored a massive touchdown of his own and celebrated with Devontae Smith by giving his butt cheeks Eskimo kisses. It would take a Jordan Love miracle to pull this one out, but that's not what they got. Instead, Jordan Love's leg saw an extension bigger than his 4-year, $220 million contract. It looked like he tore his alphabet ligaments. I guess they were right to be concerned about the violence in Brazil. Bryce Young went 13 for 30 and threw 2 interceptions. He didn't look qualified to take my order at Wendy's. The Panthers are cursed. David Tepper must have bankrupted the 401k of a bunch of Wiccans or something. By comparison, Derek Carr looked phenomenal, which usually only happens when he's standing next to David Carr. They punished us at halftime by speaking to Dennis Allen, something about crew necks and table butter.
You're my special boy, so pretty.
It's gotta be demoralizing to be down by over 30 points. Not that Bryce Young knew. He can't see the scoreboard unless he stands on a chair or climbs on a teammate's shoulders like a living totem pole. Things got so bad, they put first-year head coach Dave Canales' resume on the screen. You know, just in case. They said he had experience working with short quarterbacks, so I guess it was this or the Lollipop Guild. Way to make the wrong choice. The Giants kicked things off with Phil Simms, Eli Manning, and Le'Veon Bell. Lawrence Taylor was there. He was promised he could snort the 50-yard line. Brian Dable looked good after shedding 50 pounds with Pilates. Just another 221 pounds to go. Fashion was the theme of the day. Justin Jefferson showed up looking like he just bitch-slapped a unicorn. The Giants chose their garbage can puke jerseys. They were celebrating 100 years of bad choices. It looked like they weren't wearing pants. At least have the decency to incorporate a merkin. Sam Darnold was competent and ghost-free. He looked like Kirk Cousins without the burden of expectations. Daniel Jones looked like Daniel Jones, which was unfortunate. He threw 2 interceptions and took 5 sacks. Fingers crossed he makes that 5th-year leap. Someone tell Tommy DeVito to drop the cutlets and start warming up. It was Gerard Mayo's first game as head coach of the Patriots, and it should have filled Patriots fans with the confidence of a suicide bomber complaining about how he looks in vests. But nothing in this game went as expected. Joe Burrow was back. He found Mike Gesicki for a touchdown, but the ball got swifty in his mitts, and it was overturned. His gritty was negated.
And so 2 years ago.
So Burrow tried a different tight end, but the Patriots stripped him at the door. The Bengals turned the ball over 3 times. They probably crawled out of bed and fumbled their underwear. Joe Burrow tried to find solace at the bottom of a bottle of peroxide. Jacoby Brissett and the Patriots bored this game to death. The only thing worth cheering for in this was the clock. Justin Fields drew the start. Sure, whatever. Gold stars if you guessed that the Falcons' top receiver would be Ray McCloud III. You're telling me they named 3 guys Ray McCloud on purpose? Someone call child services. This game suffered 7 field goals, 7 punts. Congratulations if you own stock and legs. Still, Kirk Cousins did the impossible. Made Kyle Pitts fantasy relevant. Cousins called for motion and immediately regretted it as tight end Charlie Warner ran into the snap. Worse yet, TJ Watt was waiting in the tall grass. He pounced on it like a jungle cat. Cole's dad threw another bad pick late in the game. He wasn't mad, he was just disappointed. Some unlucky broom closet is gonna hear a lot of junior high level swear words tonight. All Arthur Smith could do was watch and die slowly. I kid, he's a well-dressed corpse. The Steelers won a game where no one scored a touchdown. New season, same old Steelers. Anthony Richardson was back, and he was tossing bombs. They were so impressed with this play, they studied it like the Zapruder film. That's a historical assassination reference for the kids. Stephon Diggs scored a touchdown, but his celebration was questionable, as he appeared to court teammate Nico Collins in some sort of mating ritual. He accepted! You had your chance, Josh Allen. Massive confusion before the half, as the clock was stopped to review a Dalton Schultz catch, thus preventing a spike. The clock went on the whistle, and the Texans missed an opportunity for a field goal. Everyone looked stupefied. Everyone but Shane Steichen, who ran like he just stole all the gifts in Whoville. This was an arms race to the bitter end. Anthony Richardson smashed into a defender for 6, and Colts fans clenched their buttholes hard enough to convert an entire coal mine into diamond tennis bracelets, just praying his internal organs didn't liquefy on contact. He didn't die, which was a huge win, even though they clearly lost. The Cardinals got an early lead, but it wouldn't last. Coach Sean McDermott is a motivator.
I'm a big scary monster. Roar!
Josh Allen got runny like a yoke for a couple of scores. He hit Mac Hollins through the air for another one. Hollins celebrated by going down on a bowl of fruit. Khalil Shakir got another score for the Bills after he bounced off a defender's torso like a trampoline. Manpoline. DJ Dallas had the first dynamic kick return for a touchdown of the season, which meant he would be referenced by every game after for the rest of the day. Did you see what DJ did? DJ ran it back. You should be more like DJ. Kyler Murray was thrilled. He wanted Uppy, but no Uppy came. The Titans broke out early. Tony Pollard called collect from long distance, and Chig Okonkwo bailed Will Levis out for another score. Meanwhile, Caleb Williams was in the valley of a learning curve. No touchdowns. He didn't even break 100 yards. The Titans were stacking points, but it was built on quicksand. The Bears caught a break in the second on a play that looked like they mashed every button on the controller with their fist. The ball touched no less than 3 players. After the half, the Bears defense put their big boy pants on, forcing Will Levis to make Will Levis choices, followed by a blocked kick for scoop and score. Levis would have been served better by taking a knee on every snap. Instead, he screwed the pooch with the gusto of a dog catcher wearing sweatpants. Tyreek Hill was caught speeding on the way to the game. Was he on foot? It only confirmed my suspicions. The police are Jags fans. The Jaguars went up by 2 scores early. Tua Tagovailoa was furious. He reportedly yelled at the team at halftime. I bet it was adorable. Like when a chipmunk gets a hold of some sugar. Mike McDaniel looked like Tony Stark if he worked at a Five Below. Baloney Stark. I've never seen a man get tackled by a forehead before. Someone test that HED for PEDs. Tua went deep late and found Tyreek Hill for a touchdown. Where were the Miami police on that one? Goddamn, this was one wacky game. The Seahawks had 2 safeties in the first half. Week 1 wasn't kind to rookie quarterbacks, and erectile drug Bonix was no exception. He was picked off twice and throwing passes at people's shoes. Look me in the eyes, you shy bastard. It wasn't much better for Geno Smith, who was worked over like a carcass on the side of the road. He was probably picking Broncos defenders out of his jockstrap after. And no shit show would be complete without a visit from Little Miss Muffin Punts. Right off the grill like a summertime burger. If only his face had hands, or his hands had eyes, like that thing from Pan's Labyrinth. Kenneth Walker came out in the second half and made a statement. And that statement was, tackle me if you want, but you'll have to smell my ass. Which usually is an aromatic blend of lavender and sandalwood, but in this heat, it's squinchy. He had 100 yards rushing. He ran harder than a coffin nail and used a man's face as toilet paper. Big baby Harbaugh was back in the saddle. Gardner Minshew threw a backwards pass to no one. Hard to stay focused when you've got jean shorts on the brain. This game stayed stupid close until hospital regular J.K. Dobbins scampered in for a score. Dobbins squirted free for another big pickup later, which ended with a McConkey touchdown. But soon after, a melee broke out. Harbaugh had to come out and shake a can with pennies in it just to get them under control. Can we add some special effects to this? There you go. Even dumber. Look at the refs. Throwing flags during a fight is like flicking the light switch on and off.
I'm scared. Start the car.
Give me a big man interception and let's get the hell out of here. I'm on a horse. Before the game, Dak got a big fat check. $240 million to lose in the playoffs for the next 4 years. Deshaun Watson is a terrible person and a bad quarterback, and the broadcast had stats to back the latter. He threw 2 interceptions in this, and almost a third. This man is like an IPA. You will never convince me. Tom Brady was on the call. He's got a voice like an angel. Some girl named Angel.
Go, 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 go! Snap the ball, snap the ball!
You wanna call games? Try a coal mine and a pack of Marlboros, Brady. Come back when you've got husky lung. What do you think of Deshaun Watson's play so far?
Oof.
Thanks, Tom. You can go home now. We went from a Tom Brady game to a Tom Brady commercial? I thought he retired. This is a haunting. The defense got to Deshaun Watson for 6 sacks. Cavante Turbin took a punt and made short work of the return. It's turpentine. The Cowboys roster is just too filled with talent. A shame they won't be able to pay the rest of them after this year. Damn it, Laura! You can't dress like a Burberry pimp and not end up on this show. Where are this woman's loved ones? They failed her. It was Jayden Daniels' first game, and he looked like soft serve. 3 fumbles. He might run like a deer, but he slides like roadkill. Even on his rushing touchdowns, he fell ass over tea kettle into the end zone. Is that how he practiced it? Ass first on SportsCenter? On the other side, Baker Mayfield was walking on water like football Jesus, and on one occasion, dropped enough laundry on him to open up a thrift shop. He shredded the Commanders' defense for 4 touchdowns. That calls for a rebrand. Bakery Mayhem. You can have that one for free, Baker, but I expect muffins. Mike Evans caught 2 touchdowns, and after, Commanders receivers probably sat around him in a circle and asked him to describe it. Terry McLaurin had only 17 yards and he was 5th in receiving for his team. If you have a Commanders receiver in fantasy, you might as well shove bricks in your pockets and go for a late night pleasure swim. Cooper Kupp was back, which can only mean one thing. Puka Nacua was headed to IR. The Rams cannot have nice things. The Lions found success with Jamison Williams, and surprisingly few others. Amon-Ra was sit this one out. He managed only 13 yards. These teams mirrored each other all the way to the end of regulation. No, don't touch him! Sorry, I thought they were gonna merge. This game went to overtime, and you know what that means. Reading. Week 1, and we already got a reminder that overtime rules suck. It's like the Electoral College of the NFL. It doesn't make sense. Forget overtime. Every game should be decided by a coin toss. Aaron Rodgers was back healthy. The Niners were down a Christian McCaffrey. He had asthma or rickets. I don't know, I'm not a doctor. It didn't matter. The Niners rode Jordan Mason, 147 yards and 1 touchdown. Deebo Samuel scored 2, and it was time to milk that cow. A bit aggressive, Deebo. That's a dairy error. It was a mixed night for Rodgers, who found it difficult, but not impossible to blame others. The Niners jumped off sides, and Rodgers got a free play, which is nice in this economy. Allen Lazard scored, one of his 2 on the night. Ricky Pearsall was on the sideline. Good player, a few holes in his game. Tyrod Taylor came in late for mop-up duty. A disappointing night for the Jets, but they've got to feel confident that between Rodgers and Taylor, their QB room is a 75-year-old man.
And now it's time for the soft pretzel of the week. Yummy. This week, the pretzel goes to Crocky J. It was revealed during the Week 1 broadcast that Chiefs running back Carson Steele has an alligator for a pet. He got him as a Christmas present back in 3rd grade and named him Crocky J. He still has him, and as soon as he gets the requisite exotic animal permit, Crocky J will be joining him in Kansas City. By the way, he's over 100 pounds now. Now, I don't have anything against Taylor Swift, but this has to be the perfect one-for-one swap. I mean, who cares about a pop star when you got a live alligator roaming the sidelines? Congratulations, Crocky J. Your sheer existence has earned you the soft pretzel of the week. Thanks for watching Shut Up Football. We do appreciate it. Please leave your comments below, say hi to your mom for me, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace!
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boy.